Hello, this is Lindsay. I have some pretty unique questions tonight. I don't know how this will go, but I do want to explore the pyramids via tarot. So I had Grok help me come up with some questions to ask, and I'm going to do my best at translating the cards. These are very specific questions, so we'll see how tarot. I'm going to pull tarot and oracle. So let's just see how this goes. All right, the first question. If the king's chamber was never a tomb, what frequency was it actually amplifying? If the king's chamber was never actually a tomb, what frequency was it amplifying? The Lovers. Oh my God, people are so annoying. All right, so let's clarify that because that was very specific. Which one am I feeling pulled towards? If the king's chamber was never a tomb, what frequency was it actually amplifying? Clarify the Lovers for me, please. Oh my God. I need my pendulum. Shit. You'll never believe it. Unconditional love. Thank you, spirits. Look at this. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. 10 of Pentacles after it. Queen of Pentacles at the top. 7 of Swords at the top. Ace of Wands, and we had an ace over here too. Ace of Swords. The Magician, the Devil, the Knight of Wands. The Magician and the Devil. This one stood out to me, so let me see if I should keep it. This was like, I feel like this ritual that they did in the king's chamber was a bit of like respect, because we have radiant health. So they were well connected to the ether. They were well connected to the ether, and they did this ritual that amplified love, the frequency of love, because love is like I said in one of the last videos, it's like this powerful force of creation, or like force of manifestation. So like if you operate in love, you can create anything. It's limitless, love without limits. So they had that frequency of love, and it was something that provided them with stability and success and the ability to leave a lasting legacy, like things that couldn't be destroyed, not easily anyway. Through these rituals that they did in the king's chamber, they came up with new ideas and they had visions. They saw things. The frequency of love not only just made them overall fulfilled in life, but gave them visions of how to do more things. Thank you, deities. My deities are over there watching. So they were vibrant. This frequency of love that was amplified in the king's chamber was a vibrant energy that they got to tap into, which provided them physical and emotional well-being. They were a people that were just glowing because they had the radiance of the fucking universe right there. They knew how to tap in because love is a powerful fucking frequency. All right. I'm gonna use a different deck. Try this one. Can we clarify the Magician, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands, please? Should I keep Crunk? Should I keep luring up? Should I keep Crunk? Okay, it wants me to keep both. Okay. So this one confused me a little bit, but it kind of now makes sense because the frequency at the King's Chamber was amplifying love, because if you have love, you can manifest, you can get things, you can extract. Dude, wow. So basically, I think what the middle of the deck is saying, so that was the bottom of the deck with the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. So the middle of the deck is the Magician, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands, with Crunk and luring up. Can't say that. So I think what they did was they knew how to craft reality, right? They were master magicians, but it became an obsession, and so let's say, because let me just go with this. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the top of the deck, right? And then deceit that follows it, or trickery or something. But here we have the Knight of Wands can represent financial risk. So they were manifesting, but something became an obsession, or they were dependent on it, or there was just some type of opposing energy. So maybe something they were trying to manifest wasn't in the love frequency. And, you know, let's say they were trying to just manifest, you know, like maybe if they went to war, I don't know, just go with it. If they went to war and, like, you know, we want dominance or something like that, that would lower, that would knock them out of the frequency. That is the manifestation frequency. So I think that they wanted things that the universe, the laws of however all the shit works, it, like universal law, it went against it. And it was a financial risk to them, or it was a risk to them, or like letting it become an obsession where you're forgetting that the frequency of love is the creation frequency, then you will be at risk. Because over here we have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So we got happiness. We have happiness, we have material success, and we have visions and new ideas coming. But if we get too obsessed with the manifestation abilities, it could put you at risk of, this is the love frequency, right? Vibrance. But it can put you at risk of losing it if you become obsessed with it, or try to manifest things that oppose it, or like, you know, like aren't the same frequency. So, okay, so after that we have Crunk, high and crazy, goes overboard. So that's the devil energy. Do not go, maybe they did go overboard with it. I'm not a history buff, so let's say they did go overboard with it, and look at those scary ass cards. It's the devil and like a skull. So they went overboard with it. Because if like this kind of represents the current energy, so like if we were to go back into a snapshot of when they were actively doing rituals at the King's Chamber, then the foundation, the beginning energy was really fucking good. They knew what they were doing. But they got a little bit too obsessed with that, refusing to answer questions, defensive, protective. So maybe they weren't doing their shadow work. You know, maybe they weren't. This is like the thing. It's like, you know, one generation dies off, the next generation's a little watered down. They don't care as much. The next generation after that don't give two flying shits about two generations before that. And so it's like you lose the tradition, you lose the values, you lose the magic. The magic was in the foundation with the ancestors. And like, I don't know if I'm pulling this or what, but like I'm just gonna keep talking. So don't go overboard. It's basically the thing. Don't abuse it. Don't become greedy with it, because it's a borrowed thing. You're borrowing it. Like, it's not yours. It belongs to the universe, right? So don't fucking abuse it. Respect it. And I think that that's what they did in the past energy. They fucking respected it, and it respected them, and it blessed them a lot. Okay, so for the future energy, which would have been around the time of the King's Chamber, you know, this is why when I was looking at the top of the deck, I'm like, oh, the Seven of Swords. Like, already I was like, ooh, what happened? Tell me the tea. Okay, so let me clarify these first, because otherwise I'm just kind of making stuff up. Well, I kind of am I don't know if I'm not, am I making this up? Am I that creative? I don't fucking know, maybe. All right, can we clarify the Ten of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands? Clarify the Ten of, wait, did I say, okay, hold on. Let me just, universe, start over. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands, please. In too deep, no way out. Oh my God. Wow, these fell out too, but oh my God. I think I should keep them though. Ooh, gut feeling. Okay, this is some tea. Hold up. All right, hold on. I'm gonna clarify if I should keep those, but this one is the one that did fall out. So in too deep, which could indicate that the Seven of Swords, that there was something going on in too deep. All right, hold up. What am I doing? They were in too deep. They had abundance, but they were in too deep with some type of schemes or strategies. So, okay, love bomb came out, right? So manipulated love potion number 9, grand gesture to manipulate. They had a gut feeling, intuition, wisdom, inner guidance. They had a gut feeling that they weren't getting the same blessings, or like that something was fucked up with this devil and goes overboard energy. So they did something. They went overboard with something, and they had the gut feeling like, we need to fix this. So abandoned, left for dead, deserted, lack of support, cast off, rejected, dismissed, can't sit with us. So the spirit realm abandoned them, stopped giving them the magic. And it's like as if they had the abundance, like they knew how to create the material wealth, but they somehow must have the love frequency died out, right? So love bomb, manipulated love potion number 9, grand gestures to manipulate. So they were desperate. They had this gut feeling that they went too far, they went overboard. They refused to do some type of like, they refused to protect something. So like maybe they were supposed to protect the like hierophant type of like ancient wisdom. They were supposed to respect it, but they didn't. They didn't protect it. And so they had to do big offers to try to manipulate things to get out of that 7 of Swords energy. They were in too deep. They were abandoned by the universe. So Ace of Wands, because it was the Queen of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands can be, they were using that as a financial opportunity, or energy. They were love bombing. They were love bombing because the frequency of pure 5D manifestation, whatever they were capable of doing and achieving, was real love and unconditional love. I feel like that's what I have. So I could probably activate this King's Chamber because I am this. I can't help it. It's me. But their future generations, or whatever, like whatever the scenario is, whatever, the people were trying to love bomb to activate the King's Chamber, but they didn't mean it. It wasn't part of them anymore for some reason. So maybe the one that had the unconditional love, the lovers, maybe it was like a king and queen, and they loved each other, and that activated this. And maybe the king died, and then the queen, she just got a bunch of dusty ass fucking guys trying to hit her up, and then she just lost that spark and the magic died. Anyway, all right, that was question number 1, and that was almost 30 minutes. So, and I do need to do a lot of editing. Wow, I feel like this could be a series. I should make this into a series. I do feel like the universe spoke. I did go outside before this, and I looked up at the stars, and I said, let's fucking speak. Like, I took my own advice. If I'm giving advice for people to get excited about, like 3-Eye Atlas or whatever, I took my own advice, and I was getting excited about this reading. I was like, come on, let's show up. I feel like the universe showed the fuck up. And then I feel like I can activate the King's Chamber. I really do. I really honestly do have this just weird unconditional love. I think of like Mother Mary, or no, Mother Teresa. I think I'm that. Like, I don't know why. I just can't help it. So maybe who was like the king at this time? Like maybe that's my divine masculine. Like, we've both reincarnated and we need to find each other and activate this. That would be so amazing. Right. I did have an edible before this as well.